Sure.
Okay. Well, I guess going off of just the testimony that we heard, how are you all feeling after hearing Dr. Smith testify?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So we're feeling that we finally are able to get our story out, and that it was very important that now the public has heard that what All Children's did was compassionate care that saved Maya Kowalski from what was, in Dr. Smith's view, medical child abuse, and that as Dr. Smith testified now in court today during her proffer, that suspicion of medical child abuse was confirmed by a court in Sarasota. So All Children stands behind the care they provided, and that they were able to intervene in this situation on the dangerous and unnecessary medications that Maya had been subjected to.
Can you talk about the outcome of this case? We know that so far it's still going in the process, but I guess what are you concerned for the future for medical providers, not just here at All Children, but at other hospitals and doctors' offices across the world?
I appreciate it. That's a great question. So the reason why All Children's decided to take this case to trial was because, unfortunately, this case has caused a deep chilling effect on mandatory reporting throughout the country. And All Children's is here standing up for mandatory reporters that when we suspect child abuse, we report it. And in this case, as you've seen from Maya walking in and out of the courtroom every day, the improvement in her condition is exactly why we're here. So we are concerned that this case is causing and has caused a chilling effect on mandatory reporting, and we're here to stand up for the right of mandatory reporters.
Now, there were some clear cases of missteps by some of the staff of the hospital. So far, what are some of those things that you might be looking to change, or maybe talking about policy procedure that will help avoid situations like this?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I actually do not think there were any missteps that were done by the hospital in this case. I think when you look at the totality of the care that was provided, it was compassionate. The hospital was focused on weaning Maya off the dangerous and unnecessary drugs. And again, Maya remained at the hospital under court shelter because the court determined that the hospital was the safest place for her.
So no policy procedure, anything changing after this ordeal?
The hospital always reviews policies and procedures, but the hospital is credentialed by outside agencies that have found that the hospital has always operated under safe environments.
We know the jury hasn't heard the allegations of sexual abuse as well, the one allegation. Can you talk about what the hospital is doing right now, or looking into those claims?
Yeah, when the hospital was made aware of it, we dealt with it as we have to as mandatory reporters. But as you remember, when Dr. Katzenstein testified, she made it unequivocal that when Maya talked to her about it, that it was at a previous institution, and that, as Dr. Katzenstein's note reflects, that allegation was not made about a member of the All Children's team.
What has this done to the reputation of the hospital in light of that documentary that a lot more people have seen than they've seen this trial?
Mm-hmm. So I think that's part of the reason why we're here, to make sure that the whole truth comes out with regard to this. All Children's was recently named the #1 pediatric hospital in the state of Florida by U.S. News and World Report. So the reputation of the hospital is excellent, and the community still trusts us with their care.
Anything we can expect in the last couple of days of testimonies coming in, moving forward, I guess, before closings?
Sure. I mean, there's been a lot of allegations made by the plaintiff that are completely unfounded, that they have no evidence to support. So we intend on calling those witnesses so that they can hear directly from the jury. And I apologize, I do have to run back in. Thank you so much.